Hello and welcome to the Knitting in a podcast. This is episode 13 of my knitting podcast. I am Ivonne. I'm a knitter, I'm a knit addict and a yarn addict. And I've got my coffee, of course. I'd like to tell you about all the things I knit on last week. I did a lot nice things. It was my birthday last Thursday, and from then on I did all the nice things. I went to my sister's. She had a babysit little kittens, a mother cat with her little kittens, 6 little kittens. So that was what I went for, and I had a nice day out with my girlfriends, and yeah, it was a busy but nice week. And because of that, I do this week the podcast episode, and the week vlog I'm doing separately. So today, Thursday, 21 September, I tape my podcast and will put this on YouTube later on the day. And tomorrow, Friday, I'm trying to get the week vlog online, because I have a lot of nice things to show you, to share with you. Hopefully you like it. If you like my channel and you will never miss anything, you can like and subscribe. And when I looked today, I had 499 subscribers. So when I've got 500, I will do a giveaway. So that's nice. I have a nice few things to give away. I don't know exactly what I want to give away, but one of the things is a nice Holland mug. I bought this in Amsterdam a few months ago, and I thought, oh, this is maybe nice for the English viewers. So when I've got 500, you can... I'm going to tell that next. I'm going to tell what you have to do for it next week, because then I know more, and I will do a few giveaways. And one of them is the mug with something else, maybe a project bag that I knitted of a sew myself. So if you like my podcast and you think, oh, my friends don't know Ivonne yet, you can share it on your Instagram, or zeg het voort, hoort zeg het voort. And then my channel will grow, and that's a nice thing. I have my coffee, of course, in my vintage mug. It's a little bit, it's the last coffee. I had it in my thermos can, because I already taped the Dutch version of my podcast this morning. Then I'm always taking a little break, and now I'm taping the English version. Yeah, got a lot to tell. I'm feeling good. Oh yeah, the weather in the Netherlands is perfect. It is around 19, 20 degrees. It's cloudy but dry, and so once in a while there gets a little bit sunshine through. But I love it. From my personal feelings, I like it that the temperature drops under the 10 or around the 10. That's what I like to feel on this moment. But yeah, it's a little bit warm, but it's okay, and it's dry. Yeah, they predict a lot of rain this afternoon, but on this moment it's still dry in the Netherlands, or in the east of the Netherlands, because I live in the east near the German border, and in the middle of the country. And then Münster is the biggest city of Germany, and that's an hour away from us. I don't go to Münster often, but we went yesterday. We went to Nothorn. It's a little city here over the border, and we had a little shopping day with my girlfriends, because one of them had her 50th birthday this year, and we went on a day on the e-shoppers with like scooters, Escooters, and we had a tour through the neighborhood there in the forest, and it was super nice. You can see that in my week vlog that I'm going to upload tomorrow, if you like it. So you can see a little bit here on the Twente environment, landschap, landscapes in Holland. So yeah, that was a nice day, and I have another I have a new job, and this afternoon I'm going to sign my contract. I'm going to work as a cashier in a supermarket here near in a village nearby. So I'm very excited. I was at home for around a year, and now I'm feeling good, and I have so much energy to go back to work, and yeah, to have nice new colleagues and customers on your in the shop. I love it. So I'm going to start 2 October. So the mystery knit along has to wait until I'm off work in the evening. So I don't have in the near future I don't have so much knitting time anymore. But still, in the evening and in the weekends, I will still be knitting a lot. So that's not a problem. Last year was I had a lot of knitting time. So yeah, I filled my days with knitting, and now I'm going back to work, and I'm very, very excited about it. I love it. So I sip my last coffee, and then we go starting what I did finish and what I knit on. I'm always looking at myself in the camera, but I have to look in the camera. But it's sorry that I don't do that. It's this is more tempting to look at yourself and look at things you show. So yeah. Yeah, I have 2 finished objects. And the first one is, of course, my Scrappy sock. I showed it last week. Last week I had to do, I think, this piece. And it was same. Only the day after my birthday I finished this sock. And I love it. It's such a nice colors. It's all scrap yarns that I got from swaps and that I had myself. And I did repeat all the colors, but not in the same hoe zeg je dat ook al, ja? Ja, not in the same, ik weet niet meer hoe dat zegt, volgorde. In the same order, I think you say it like that in English. So that's my first finished object. These socks are, yeah, my sister and one of my girlfriends were here, and they said, oh, these colors are nice. It's a very autumnal. I love it. So that's my first finished object for this Thursday. And I love them. I'm going to keep these myself, but yeah, Scrappy socks are so addictive. You every row you think, oh, I want a row again. I want to do another color. I want to do another color. Now I used the Stephen West Scrappy sock garter heel. You can find that pattern for free, the Scrappy DK socks from Stephen West. I showed it in previous videos, and this one is the 4-ply. All the scraps I had in these autumnal colors. So nice. Oh yeah, and then the heel flap, of course, and the gusset. Yeah, these were, I think, within 2 weeks I made these. So that's the first finished object, and then we have the Novita socks. I finished them also. I have to weave in one end. Didn't like this yarn. I told it before. It is Novita Rhino. I'm sorry, I don't know. Here's the tag. This is the ball band. And what was happening? I didn't enjoy knitting on it. I promised a friend of mine that she can get my socks. The first sock she fitted. It fitted well. She's got a size, I think 10. And I'm a size 8 or 8.5. There's maat. She's got maat 42, size 42, and I have 40. So the first sock she fitted, and then I said, okay, you can have them when they're ready. But the second sock, I didn't have enough yarn. Oh, it was echt a yarn chicken, and so I finished it, and it was too short. Then I ripped a piece, ripped the toe back. I did it again. I did less decreases at the end. I did it one round and then one round not. But they're still shorter than the first sock. So now I'm concerned that my friend Liane doesn't fit them. Yeah, one foot is okay, the other is smaller. So I will have to disappoint her. Maybe I have to keep them myself. They're fitting well. That's not the problem. That's good, but I didn't like the yarn at all. And I didn't like the colors at all. But they're finished. So whomever the socks going to wear, maybe I'm going to keep them myself. I did the heel from the Stephen West sock along, mystery sock along, with the slip stitches. That's the nice part of the sock, I think. But this is not a yarn that I want to buy again. So that was my second finished object. Yeah, I'm knitting on a lot of socks on the moment. I think five socks I knit on. And last week I showed you also this sock. This is from Lanyard. It's the jungle socks. I don't have the tag with me. And I always watch Lisa from 72 Stitches, and she's knitting a lot of socks also. And she did always the afterthought heel, but then she participated also in the Stephen West mystery knit along and sock knit along, and then she had to do the heel flap and gusset. For her was that the first time, and now she's addicted. And I do the shadow wrap short row heel or the heel flap and gusset. That's my two heels I use. So she gave a really good tip. When you're knitting with a self-striping yarn, or like the colors are slowly changing, somebody said to her, you have to pull the inside out of the ball and knit the heel flap with the other side of the other beginning, so that when your heel flap is ready, you can knit along with your yarn that you stopped here with. So the stripes will go on. I thought that's a good tip. I'm going to use that, so that's what I'm doing. This is that was a little bit hard to find the end, and this came out of it. So, but I will succeed. I knit these on 2.25 millimeter needles, and it's Knit Pro, but it's 15 centimeter. Normally I have 20 centimeters. I ordered already new ones, and they are on the way to my house. Very nice. I found this surprisingly nice yarn. It was in the sale, and I'm very happy with it. So this is my Halloween sock. I call this my Halloween sock because of the colors. So that's my first sock I knit on. Then even kijken. Die had ik niet. Oh ja. It was my birthday, and my lovely friend Linda from Wool Hobby, she's also here on YouTube a podcast, a vlog, also in English, so maybe you like to follow her. She dyes her own yarn and she sells it. So it was my birthday, and I had a few, my friend and my father were drinking coffee and eating cake, and then the doorbell rang. And that was the postman, and he brought me a package from Linda, a present for my birthday. And what did she send me? Oh, so nice. She sent me her assigned pooling sock set. Ta-da! I got the pattern with it. It's in my new bag. I showed it last week. And yeah, the day after my birthday, I immediately started casting on this nice sock. And she gave a really good tip in the pattern. I didn't know that, and that when you do 2x2 rib, you knit the first stitch normal, and the second knit stitch you do in the in the back loop. So the first stitch is normal, the second in the back loop, and then you turn your yarn in front, and then you do the purl stitch, 2 purl stitches, and then you yarn back, and then one first stitch normal and the second in the back loop. And that gives a nice crisp and clean cuff, and I loved it, because when I didn't do that, and sometimes I have a little bit holes in the side pieces, so that's not what happened here. So I thought it was a really good tip to do that. When you didn't do that, that's a really nice tip. So it's assigned pooling, they call it. When you have the other color, you have to do a garter stitch, and it goes like like the yarn is doing. You can do nothing about it. At first it was like a spiral, and now they're all on my foot, they're all together. I did a shadow wrap short row heel. I used the tutorial from Denise from Earth Tones Girls. I did it before, but I didn't do it so often that I can do it without the video. So that's what I looked at, and it's a nice heel. So I have to close the foot. This is the first one, but I'm not in a hurry, I always say. So nice. So Linda, thank you again for this nice sock set. Yeah, that was, no, I don't know the number anymore of the socks. Oh yeah, and this month I wanted to finish things that I have already on the needles. And this, wait, this sock I had on the needles, the first one I already finished a few weeks ago, months ago. This is from online. I don't have the ball band here, I'm sorry. Online, it's a 6-ply sock yarn. It's very soft. There's a lot of merino in it. And I started here at the toe with a Turkish cast on, I think. And then I increased to 48 stitches. It's the same heel, shadow wrap short row heel, and this is a really nice sock. And the second one I started Monday night, I think. I did the heel already, and I just have to knit on for the leg, and then it's finished. So that I have a few pairs of socks that were longer on my needles finished. So that's really good. In my lovely Cozy Up Girls bag from Jojo, from the mother. So nice. I love this size bags, not too big, not too small, and you can take it everywhere. So that's another sock on my needles. Then I was on my couch and I thought, oh yeah, I saw a few ladies here in the Netherlands. They had a ontmoetdag, a knitting day. I went there in July, and there was another episode of that knitting day, 16 September. And they got all a goodie bag, and there was a ball of Edna sock yarn in the goodie bags. And then I thought, oh yeah, I have bought last year with Edna sock yarn, and it was a 6-ply sock yarn, And I thought, hey, yeah, I can cast that on. The other one is nearly done. And when I'm nearly done, I always cast a new one on. So I started again on the toe, 48 stitches, needle 3 and 3.5. And this is the nice ball. I balled it up. I love the colors. It's a little bit pooling. That's what I don't. I like it more when it's got the speckling look, but okay, it's what it is. What it is. It's very soft. It's 80% merino. Ik zal even kijken. Heb ik die? Do I have the ball band here? I don't know where it is. No, I'll look at so search it later. I don't know, but I feel that this is merino and that it's really just slouchy. So I hope the sock isn't too big. It's not getting too big, but it knits up really quickly, and I like it. I like that I'm finally cast this on this yarn from Edna. Yeah, I thought which project bag I used. This one is I made myself last week. It's like it's a bag. How do you call it? A dodgy bag. This is the ball band. That's what I want to show you. Merino Raggi from Edna, and it is a sock yarn. There is a 75% merino and 25% polyamide. So they can be used for socks. But what I said, it feels a little bit soft, or I think there will be a little bit slouchy. Maybe I had to, for 44 stitches were maybe enough, but I'm not going to rip this out. We'll see. So that's a new cast on sock. And then I have the Oslo hat. I cast the Oslo hat on a few months ago. What is that touch? I'm sorry. It's always the same when I already did the Dutch version, and then it's a mess here on my bed. The Oslo hat. I bought it in London last January. The pattern at Loop London. It's in my bag from Loop that I bought there, and I'm knitting on this hat quite a long time. It is not a quick knit. It is boring because it's in one color. I don't like that, but it's a nice pattern. I think when the hat is ready, I'm going to use it a lot, and I will be very happy with it. But it's not a quick knit. You have to knit a lot. I do it with 2 strands to get held together. I think the pattern is already saying that's what you have to do. I use alpaca, drops alpaca, and I hope I will finish this until the end of September, because before the mystery knit along, because then I wanted to have it done. This is a longer whip on my needles. Some things you knit in 1 month or in 5 weeks, and this is one of the longer lying whips. But I'm knitting on it, but not the whole day. I don't know. Maybe I will finish this now, the last things in 1 day. I think that's possible to do. So we'll see next week. Hopefully it's ready next week. Next week is my 1-year anniversary. I started 26 September. The Dutch episodes, the English episodes I started later in March, I think. But I'm on YouTube next Thursday. 1 year, yay! So nice. The year went so quickly. It's unbelievable. The mystery knit along is standing in front of the door. I love it. So and I was knitting on my DRK Everyday Call from Andrea Mowry. This is not my favorite knit. I like it, but I don't feel the urge to knit on it the whole day. So I will do a few repeats, sometimes 2 repeats, and then I put it away. Last week I was here, I think. Here or here, I think. So that's what I did this week. But I think when it's ready, it's a really nice warm cowl. And it's a simple pattern, but you have to, oh, sorry, this was the wrong side. You have to slip the stitch on the other side every other row, I think, of every row. And yeah, you have to think about that. I forgot it once or twice, but I don't rip it back. But that gives a nice look. I saw other people knitting this. I saw it in Jonathan's Days. He had already finished it. And yesterday I saw it with Franny Do Makes. She had a very colorful one. So it's a nice, not too big cowl. Nice to take with you, or yeah, knit a few rows every day. In my nice bag from Litle Mikado. Even kijken hoor. Litle Mikado. She's on Etsy. It's a German, I think from Germany. The bags are really nice. I have a little bit an addiction for project bags on the moment. I can make them myself, but I like to buy with others, of course. And yeah, what I think I said it last week, the Crazy Sock Lady has for one theme only 15 bags or so. So I have to yeah, do that also, that when the time of the year is here, pick the bag that belongs to Halloween, or pick the bag that belongs to Christmas, so that you can rotate them. And yeah, I love it. I'm echt more addictive to project bags on the moment than on yarn buying. Last year I did a lot of yarn buying. Now I'm buying a lot of project bags, but I love it. It makes me so happy. Oh, I love it. So this one also, all the different bags, yeah, super nice. I'm trying to put in every bag a centimeter, or how do you call it, or a little ruler or something. This one I had a long time from the Weight Watchers, so that when you have to measure it, you have that in your project bag. And I'm trying to do stitch markers and a little scissors, so that and a tapestry needle, of course, so that you have that with you. Yeah, and then I did a few. Oh nee, wacht even, ik ga eerst deze doen. We have in Holland the Dookie swap. We swap this cloth with each other. I got an address from somebody, and she made a mood board with colors, and I knitted a doekje a dishcloth for in the kitchen, and you can put a little presents with it, and then we'll send it this week. So in June I started this to try. I used a pattern, a part of a pattern from a shawl, the recht-averecht shawl. Dus that's a Dutch lady. She calls Mooi van Draad. She had a pattern of a nice shawl, and that's one of the parts in the shawl is this. They call it broodplankjes. So like library where you put your books on. Hoe zeg je dat in het Engels? Yeah, I don't know, but maybe you know what I mean. So this one I knitted at first for me, and this one is going in my doekje swap. This is for the lady I have. She liked these colors, and I have a little bit of presents. I'm going to send it this week, because we have to send it before 28 September, and I think on 5 or 6 October we can show it on Instagram. So that's nice. That's what I finished. Also, oh, that was another finished object. The pink one I finished this week, this Sunday. I thought I had it. Yeah, then it's ready and I can send it to her. Yeah, and Sunday I had finally the feeling that I will, that I had the feeling that I will weave in all my ends from my granny striped Scrappy blanket. So nice, I love it. I always see it with others, and in last January I thought I'm starting one too. It's all the little scraps. I make a knot and leave a long tail so that I can weave in the tail. So I pull the knot tight. I don't think it's going to let loose or let go. How do you say it? And then I'm crocheting on and on and on. I think I use the needle size I use is 3.5, I think. This one is from Knit Pro. Yeah, oh, 3. Yeah, and that is for my sock yarns. All my sock scraps are in this lovely bag. I made these myself from a vintage cushion cover. So in here are all the leftovers, all the little fiddly bits I put in this bag, and when I feel like it, I crochet it in my blanket. But the last time I showed it to you, I said I have to weave in my ends first, and that's what I did. And now I can go on again. This is also very addictive. I love this blanket. It's not Lanyard blanket, it has to grow. But I already love this. So I want to make it very long, so that you have the rest of your life this nice blanket. I love it. Yeah, so that's what I did. Finally, I have also that I didn't work on, but maybe I can show it. I make the same one with acrylic yarn. I've got a few nice balls of colors acrylic yarn. This one I bought in a thrift shop in London at Notting Hill, the Red Cross shop. I bought a year before. I bought another color. So I'm also making a blanket. This is my favorite crochet hook, Clover number 4, and I didn't work on this one, and I have to weave in these ends. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, this is living in my self-made bag from vintage. Waarom zit het er nou weer om hier? Vintage stuff. Zit er nog vlek? Oh nee, it's dust. From the vintage shop. I love it. And with a purple lining, purple lilac lining. And in here are all my balls, what I want to use. And at first I thought het zit helemaal om hier. I'm sitting in a knob. Why is this always happening? Yeah. No, it's the same thing. Sometimes I'll do 2 rows of one color. I started at the yellow one here on the bottom, and I bought some nice acrylic balls also in London at Poundland. I think that's these colors. This one is from the flea market. The pink one I don't know it anymore, but I found it in the thrift shops. Oh yeah, this one is from Poundland. It's a nice little bit colory. So I want to use up all the acrylic that I've got as much as possible. I did a lot of acrylic yarn, gave it away to the Terre des Hommes, the thrift shop, because I don't think I'm going to use it all, but the nicest colors I kept for my blanket. So nice. Yeah, I didn't work on this the whole summer, but now the fall is coming. I'm going to start crocheting on this blanket also, and hopefully I will all the Scrappy acrylic yarns, and that is going to be a really big granny stripes blanket. I've got more, but it doesn't fit in this lovely bag. So yeah, maybe I'll do this today. That's a nice idea. Sometimes I'm a knitter, but sometimes crocheting is feeling it's another movement you make. So that sometimes my shoulders hurt a little bit, and I think, okay, I can go crochet for a while. Yeah, so that's what I worked on. I think I didn't forget anything. Yeah, I forgot one thing. Ik heb ook nog, I knitted on my second Cozy's Memories blanket. I did 4 squares this week. I think I was here last week and I did this one, this one, this one, and this one. So this is growing slowly. I'm not in a hurry with it. I already finished one. And yeah, it's such a nice knit. When I'm tired or sometimes I don't feel, I always feel that I want to knit, but sometimes I don't know, what should I knit? And then I always think, oh yeah, this is nice. Just the one square and then you're done. And you can put it away again. Have to weave in the end, but I do that so once in a while. I don't mind. I like weaving in ends. So that's very therapeutisch. And that's in my dodgy bag I made myself. Still 1 quart, but I have to have bought new ones. So I hopefully next time I show this, the drawstring will be complete again. Ta-da! Yeah, and then we went away yesterday on a sort like a scooter, e-scooters. We yeah, it was nice. It was a 2.5 hours we had. We can make up ourselves where we go, where we went, and we had a picnic halfway. I had brought a tablecloth. Do you say that? Tablecloth, and cups and milk and sugar and coffee, and we drank coffee in the woods. I show that in the week vlog tomorrow, so if you like that to see that, you can see it there. You can see the nice environment we live in here in the east of Holland, near the German border. So afterwards we went, the e-shoppers were in Denenkamp, and that's really close to the German border. So afterwards at 1 o'clock we went shopping in Nothorn. And Nothorn has a lot of shops that we don't have here in the Netherlands. And the shops of some products are really cheaper than here. Like, for instance, the hoe zeg je dat nou, voer? Nou ja, food for your cats. It's always cheaper than in the Netherlands. I had bought for the vitamin pills very cheap in Germany, so it's always nice to go there. So I bought a few things at Woolworth. Maybe Woolworth is also in, I know it from earlier in when I was a child. We went to Canada on holiday, 5 weeks, and I was 10 years old, and then there had a Woolworth, and I loved that shop, and that is also in Nothorn. And at Woolworth they sell Addy needles, knitting needles. I bought one 3.5 millimeter because I use it for the DK socks, and I'm knitting more DK socks than last year, so I thought I could use another set. The last time I was in Germany, it costed €4, and now it was 6. So the prices went up in 3/4 year. And I bought this one, 3.5. I need it for my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, because the other needle I am using for the DRK Everyday Call, and I can't, yeah, I can switch them because the Chaigu needles are more pointy, and that's for the Stephen West shells better. And then I will put this one in the cowl from Andrea Maury. So this was €7, and the last time I went there it was 5. So yeah, the prices went a little bit up, but always good. Adi needles. Yeah, and then at the same shop I bought these, the ropes for the project bags. That's 10 meters for €2. So that was a good, at Woolworth, a good thing. And then we went to another shop here. It's called Teddy. Very full shop, but they sell a lot of yeah, do-it-yourself things. So I bought a fabric scissors for my my other one is I cut all the things with it, so it's not sharp anymore. So I hope to use this only for fabric cutting. A little, what's this? And at the same store, dat weet ik niet meer zeker. Music thing for on the bags, and this one's for all on the project bags. That was also at Teddy's. Yeah, and then we went to DM. What is that? Drogist. Like the Kruidvat and like the Boots, that kind of stores. And they had a tea advent calendar. And I thought I'd take this along because it was $3.95. And I like to drink a tea in the advent time every day one. I like it a lot. So that was not so expensive. I had seen the Puka tea also, but that was €10 and it was $3.95. So that's what I all brought home. And I saw in Ellie's videos this big ruler, and they had a Teddy. So I thought, yeah, this is really comes in handy with the project bag making. I look at a lot of tutorials on the moment over to see how you make project bags, and I always see this ruler in the video, so I thought, yeah, I have to take this home. Oh, and then we had there was a little shop where we went with the e-shoppers. There was a little castle, and yeah, you can a watermill and a shop. And I said to my friends, I want to look in the shop. So I bought a really nice soap. It smells good. It says apricot, but it's so a pity that you can smell it. The nice on it. That's what I bought. I bought a tin for stitch markers with the little cat. Oh, nice. Couldn't resist it. I bought some cards. One with a road. Oh, you say it. Oh yeah, it's a robin in English. Oh, look at. And of course the cat. Oh, so sweet. And then this nice card with a bird on it. And the dahlia, I think. Dandelions. How do you say it in English? Help me. And a lavender bag, because they say this is good for your woolies, for in project bags for the moth. So really, I could have bought many more things there, but yeah, we have a budget always. My budget isn't, and so that were my decisions this week. Didn't buy yarn. Did I buy yarn? No, didn't. So yeah, that was a little bit what I did, and I have I feel pretty excited to start the mystery knit along again. I'm going to do. This is my second year. Last year was the first time. The feeling I had last year is not completely here yet. Maybe it will come when it starts, of course. But last year was, of course, my first time, and it was so I loved it, every minute of it. So this is my last year's shawl. I showed it last week to you, and I said I thought about it, but it was the best learning. Yeah, it's so like a learning. You learn so much from knitting a Stephen West shawl. That's one of the reasons, of course, I'm going to participate in, and I'm very curious what it will be. I think it's a it's a gradient, and it's modular knitting. I hope it's like the shawls he did last year. It's a little bit similar, but we'll see. But yeah, I have a new job. I start that 2 October, so I will have a lot less knitting time than last year. I was free at home, and now I will. Yeah, I'm going to do it on the free days or in the evening, in the weekend. So it will be. I'm going to try to do every clue in every week. Last year, I think the most days I did 4 days, 4.5 days, and then then the clue was ready. But I had the whole day knitting time, and now I have to work also. So we'll see how that goes. I'm feeling very excited to join, and that it's going to start, but we have to wait 2 weeks for October. I think 6 October, no 5. It's going to start. If you never participated in Stephen West knit along, I absolutely highly recommend it, because it's very addictive. You learn a lot, and yeah, I knitted a few shots of him. You see him there. When I hit 500 subscribers, I will do a giveaway. That's what I said in the beginning of the video. I don't know how and I do. I tell you that when I hit the 500 button subscribers. Yeah, what I have to tell you this week. I'm going to upload the week vlog just separately. I told that in the beginning, and this one hopefully it's going to come this evening online, 21 September. Maybe you watch it a week later or a half year later. That's possible. So I hope I don't forget anything. If I think no, and when I forget anything, I will next week. Next week I will be back on Thursday. In the future, I don't know which days I'm exactly when I'm going to work. I will absolutely try to get a video up once a week. That's what I certainly try. And if it's not an episode, it will be a week vlog. You will see every week something from me. But yeah, when you work again, it's a little bit busier, and we'll see how that goes. Feeling very excited to start my new job in a shop. It's a grocery shop like Sainsbury's, but it's called the Netorama. Going to be the mean cashier. How do you say that in English? So I talked and I see a lot of people at the groceries, and I love that. I love to talk. I love to help people, and I live in a busy shop, in a shop that never closes, that never stops. Because the lockdown a few years ago, when the HEMA, the shop I worked for 35 years, had to close, it was so I didn't like it at all. So a grocery shop will never close, and yeah, that's a good thing. And people always need food. Yeah, it's always busy. Days are going by very quickly, and I like that. That's my kind of shop. I don't want to work in a shop and wait for people or wait for customers, or no, I like to to work in a grocery shop. So very excited. I'm going to tell you all about it next week, or in the week, no, not in the week vlog, but next week, and we'll see how it goes. So that's all for today. Happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy life. See you later.